right. So, thank you so much for booking with Happy Host. And one of the things we're going to go over here today is our locks. Our locks are actually very intuitive to people who understand technology. If you don't understand technology, you might end up not, interacting with the lock effectively. So I'm going to explain everything to you today. Right. First things first is all of our locks, even the ones for your bedroom, is going to have two features. One feature is going to be the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanners and these little rings right here do not work. The only way that those work is if I can scan your fingerprint, which obviously through Airbnb I can't do that. So you should have a passcode, okay? So for the deadbolt, which is this one, this is an outdoor deadbolt version, doesn't have a handle, right? It works pretty much almost exactly the same as the bedroom one, but it's pretty simple, right? Now, again, right, the keypad, in order to work it, you can't just press on numbers, right? Now, that time it turned on, you notice I had to press it 3 or 4 times. It doesn't work reliably when you're just tapping around on the lock, right? Just that is, in this case, it worked out, right? But the best approach to essentially ensure that the pad turns on, right, is to actually, you'll notice this little button in the middle, right? If you actually just put your finger on it and hold it for a second, it will light up, okay? Another way that I tell people to do it, just to kind of make sure that it's done appropriately, is to put your palm on the lock and it will light up. Once you light it up, in our particular case, it's going to be 1776, right? And you'll press the check mark and that will unlock it. Now, if you end up typing the wrong numbers, right, and you try to lock it, well, it still took it because I still put in the proper numbers in the first place. But let's just say I typed a number that's not correct. It will do this. It will turn back off, right? So again, right, once you've interacted with it enough, it will start lighting up more easily. Once you interact with it, it has like a little bit of a timer. At any rate, so yeah, if you put in the wrong code too many times, it may lock you out for, approximately 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not quite sure how long the timer is on that, but I have seen it sometimes, cause people to not be able to turn it on. It just kind of varies. In this case, it looks like it's working perfectly fine. So then I'm going to go ahead, put in the proper code. And as you notice, it doesn't matter how many numbers you put after that. As long as the initial 4 digits are correct, it will unlock and then you'll be able to come inside. Now, for the bedroom door, it's going to look like this. So once again, right, this is a fingerprint scanner. This will not work, right? You'll get an operation failed. It's not going to, sometimes it may not even light up for you, things of that nature, right? Once again, right, beware of just tapping it. Tapping it doesn't always work. This time, because I actually interacted with the fingerprint scanner, it did light up. But again, right, it may end up not responding. The best way to get it to light up and respond is to put multiple fingers on it and hold it. Make sure that it can detect. Again, don't just tap it quickly. Tapping it repeatedly very quickly will not do anything. It is better for a long, hard press, right? And especially if you can get right there in the middle, that's usually best. And then once again, right, in this particular one, with the other one was a check mark that you had to press once you actually had the code in. Again, right, you may end up putting in the wrong code. It'll say operation failed, and then you'll kind of go from there. Another big thing to note about both of these locks is do not attempt to bust your way through the lock once it unlocks. If you try, like on the deadbolt, to push your way through once you put in the code, you may force the unlocking mechanism to not function effectively because you're applying pressure. Wait for the lock to complete its procedure and then proceed through the door. It's going to be kind of the same thing here, right? I'll try to replicate it. A lot of people I've seen, right? Well, okay, this one worked. Sometimes I've seen, though, a lot of people will put in their codes and will turn around and like try to engage the lock. See how I tried to engage the lock before it could actually finish its procedure, and so I couldn't actually unlock it, right? You have to go slow with these locks, right? Again, so if I turn around, and this time it worked, right? But again, I've seen guests turn around and try to barge through the door before it has an opportunity to unlock, and then people will not be able to get in. But again, it's all relatively very intuitive. With this one, you just basically press the hashtag when you're done, and that's pretty much it. Okay, guys? So just keep it simple, keep it smooth. Remember that to turn on the locks, hold your fingers on hold your palm, put something on there to really let the keypad know that you are wanting to engage with it, and then put in your code. Do not barge through the doorknob. Do not try to, force your way through. Again, the slower, the better.